You finally had a tenant move out. Your property is clean or ready and you are aching to get a new tenant in. But your business with the previous resident is not over yet.
What?
You have crucial deadlines to adhere to in order to close that lease agreement properly. And that is not so fun reality.
That makes no sense.
Even after damaging your property and violating the lease, tenants will sometimes drag you to court claiming the money in their security deposit is rightfully theirs.
Bruh.
Today, we are discussing the 5 critical requirements of the document that may protect you after the tenant has already moved out, the security deposit letter. This document is your shield, helping you avoid paying money out of your pocket for the mistakes or, let's be honest, the trash property that bad tenants left behind.
Not f***ing leaving!
Stick with me until the end and you'll know 5 steps and some other valuable things to ensure you aren't paying money for someone else's negligence. Before you even worry about the content of the letter, you need to have 2 critically important deadlines. The first one is even before the tenant moves out. That is the notice period. This is the time frame before the lease ends when the tenant must clearly state their intentions. Are they extending the lease or are they vacating the property? This must always be in writing. Always. Typically for residential leases, we require 30 to 60 days notice. For commercial leases, we extend the time frame anywhere from 90 days to even 6 months, depending on the property type and the business that we are trying to get into that property. This helps to ensure you have minimum vacancy time, giving you enough runway to either prepare the property and start marketing or negotiate a lease extension.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
The second requirement is the legal deadline, the hard stop defined by your state's legislation. In Minnesota and California, for example, it is 21 days. You absolutely must send the security deposit letter to the tenant who has vacated the property within that window. Missing this deadline often means you are in trouble, as it suggests to a judge that you weren't diligent in your efforts.
No! God, please, no! No!
Sometimes, maybe, if the property is so bad and the damage is extensive, just send the estimate to the tenant stating that some of the deductions are an estimate. Just make sure you send this letter on time. To prove you met that deadline, use certified mail with return receipt requested. Send it to the tenant's forwarding address or their last known address if none was provided. Keep those receipts and tracking numbers, they're your legal evidence. I personally see it as a two-way street and I'm asking tenants to do the same, just to keep a paper trail and proofs of communication. One moment. These are the letters that I had returned just this year. We are not interested. Now let's get into the main event, the itemized deduction. This is the section where most landlords fail to fill out the form properly. Here are the 5 things your letter must contain to be legally sound. Item number 1, the original deposit amount. Your letter must clearly state the original security deposit amount you received from the tenant. Simple but essential for transparency. Item number 2, the interest applied. Do not forget that in many states you are required to pay the tenant interest on their deposit. For example, state of Minnesota requires an annual interest payment, usually non-compounded. It is 1%. Clearly state the total interest earned and added to the deposit amount. The final balance due. This letter must clearly state the final balance, the total amount of refund due to the tenant, or if deductions exceed the deposit, the amount the tenant still owes you. Do not forget the itemized line-by-line accounting. This is the critical one. You need a line-by-line itemized accounting of all deductions. Put every single cost you encountered to bring the property back to rentable condition.
If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing quickly.
No.
Repairs, cleaning, outstanding utilities on this list. Remember, in most of the lease agreements I've seen, security deposits are not supposed to be covering rent obligations. Therefore, rent, or if there are any arrears are calculated separately. But remember the distinction. You can deduct for damage that goes beyond normal wear and tear, like pad stains, large holes in the wall, or severely clogged pipes.
A shit demon!
You cannot deduct the expected cost of being a landlord, such as minor scratches on the walls, fading paint, or slight carpet wear trails. Requirement number 5. Independent estimates and receipts. A key element to support your itemized list is evidence. For any significant damage we we use 2 independent estimates to repair the damage caused by a tenant. Ask 2 different independent contractors to evaluate repairs and provide an estimate. These estimates, along with their final repair receipts, will be invaluable if this case ever goes to court, protecting you from accusations of inflating the price.
I don't care what anybody told you.
The final step is to send letter and move on. Once the letter is complete and all evidence is gathered, send the security deposit letter to your tenant via certified mail. Don't worry about whether they actually pick up the mail. Just make sure you get the green return receipt card back showing you sent it within the state-mandated deadline. Remember, it is the tenant's responsibility to provide you with forwarding address. If they abandon the property and provide no address, you must send the letter and the check to their last known address, which is usually the property itself. There you have it. In conclusion, to defend your deposit, you need to know your state's deadline, know what your contract says, and provide detailed evidence supporting itemized deduction list. I am personally glad when the property is in good condition and the move out process went smoothly. Obviously, it is less trouble for you, the tenant, and everyone involved. Yes, this happens. It's better not to deal with bad tenants at all, but even though they may have mistreated your property or violated your relation, it doesn't mean you have to do the same. As always, be good people, protect yourself legally and mentally, save yourself from paying money out of your pocket for bad tenants, and don't keep them in your head rent-free. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.